owning our story and loving ourselves through that process is the bravest thing we'll ever do. Today, cleaning my hard disk, came across a very old recording on the subject of shame. It's a story about miscarriage, abortion, shame with capital S. And it happens to be that today is a full moon, the very best day in the month to release all those things that weigh us down. And shame is a very good one, a very good thing to release. So today we're going to talk about shame. I want to share with you that story and the link where you can get that very old recording that is fresh and powerful as it was 3 years ago. Well, shame. What is that? The sensation that we feel of judging ourselves as not good enough. Not good enough according to our expectations, the expectation of our parents, our dreams, what they will say, what you think they want from you. What you thought you wanted from yourself. When I was 39 years old, I became pregnant. I was delighted, over the moon. 39, finally I'm going to have a child. What a happy moment. And I was starting this business that now I'm running for so many years. And I hired a coach, and it was not a cheap coach. And she asked in the first questionnaire that she sent us, at the end of this period together, it was a year together, what is the one objective that you would like to see in your life accomplished? And the number one thing I wrote was, I want to have a child. And yes, I became pregnant. The universe just gave me that beautiful baby. But hey, I was in this program and I needed my return on investment. So in my brain, it was very clear. I don't have time to be pregnant. I need to work. I need to grind. I was completely possessed by all this masculine way of thinking that just by hard work you can do things. And I don't have time to be a woman. I don't have time to enjoy. I don't have time to bloom, because I was thinking that I was a machine. And of course, if you tell to the universe, I don't have time for it, my wish was a command of the universe. Immediately, like that, I lost that baby. And why did it become shameful? Was because it was not the first time I was pregnant. Years before, when I was a young girl and didn't know anything about life, I had an abortion. When I thought, I have to be a corporate success. I don't have time to have a child. It was very the same discourse of me as little girl, really young woman, with the consciousness of I don't have time. That's the same as when I was a grown-up woman of 39, I don't have time. It was a moment of shame that was so profound that I said, well, if this has happened twice, if this has cost the life of two people, I guess it's time for me to start learning the lesson. I guess it's time for me to start growing up and get connected to really what is important in life and start thinking that I do have time. But hey, did I feel ashamed? I was devastated. I was crying constantly because, what have I done with my life? At 39, I had not appreciated the value of life, of love, of abundance, of another life. I mean, who I was. I felt so ashamed of being me and being so stupid. What a low level of consciousness. I was so angry at myself. I didn't know how to manage to let go of that shame. So what I did was, oh God, really let go and let God. We had coincidentally already the tickets ready to go to Mexico. So we went to see my uh, Aztec representation of Mother Earth. We call her Coatlicue. So I went to see what you can think of the Virgin Mary in Aztec regalia. And then I went and cried with her. I cried like you cannot imagine I cried. And she gave me a healing that was really powerful. And this is something that might shock you, I warn you. But the way she healed me was something so unexpected. She gave me a shower of blood. It really felt like I was being washed with eternity. I was being washed with the blood of all the ancestors. I was being washed with life itself. It was really almost like if I was being born anew, like I was innocent of anything that wrongdoing that I did at that point. My shame was washed away, and I felt innocent again. It was really the most powerful experience of confession that I never had in the Catholic Church. But it was so powerful to let go of that shame, but bring it to my concept of divine. Did that allow me to feel like I had a clean slate to start from? After that, my life changed. A month later, I was pregnant. Now that baby is running around and he is 13 and a half years old. I share with you this story because today is a very good day for you to let go of that shame that you're carrying. It could be close to what I'm talking about. Things that you did in the time when you had different consciousness that you have today. Things that you did when you were drunk, when you were spiritually sleeping, things that you will not do anymore right now, but they still weigh you down. It doesn't have to do precisely with my example of miscarriage and abortion. It can be something that you did or you didn't do. The things that you could have done 20 years ago, the things that you could have said 20 years ago. Today, become aware of that. Remember, it's a very good day, full moon. Take time to look at those things that you feel hmm, absolutely not empowered to discuss with anybody. Those things that you keep secret from your husband, secret from your parents, but even if you try, you cannot keep them secret from yourself. Bring them back. Take a piece of paper and write all that. I am so ashamed and so disappointed of my behavior and my thoughts, and just write it down. And imagine that your own representation of God takes on that pain, takes on that shame, and washes you, and you can imagine you how your God washes you, cleanses you, releases you from the burden of your shame. And what is really beautiful about this process of releasing your shame is immediately you are going to be given a new perspective. This morning I did this process. I took a piece of paper and I took out all my shame of the past, you know, 3 years, particularly. Of the past 3 years, I took all the shame that I could think about of the past 3 years. And as I was giving it to God, God inspired me that to even to pray for what I was wanting. And what I am wanting right now is to have the courage to be, have the courage to speak, have the courage to help, have the courage to rest, have the courage of having the courage. After you do these 2 steps, and I really advise you that you did them in writing, to release the shame, to welcome the courage, and you can, you know, release something else, like release the fear or release the sorrow, release the anger. And you can also welcome other things that you want. Welcome the joy, welcome the patience, welcome. I work with shame and courage this month. You can follow your heart on what you need to let go and what you need to take on, what you need to open your heart for. After doing that, I burned that little paper safely. And I went to this beautiful um, oracle cards deck. And I got one that actually was almost the reason why I'm doing this video, which is the Mirror Guardian. And the Mirror Guardian tells us to look in the mirror, not, the literal mirror, but the mirror of your life. What you're living right now is a beautiful creation that you have made with all your inadequacies, but all your love. What is there in your life that you have been ignoring that is actually so worthy of appreciation? Do you have, you know, healthy children around? Do you have a loving husband? Do you have a beautiful plan? Do you have a healthy body? What is that that you do have, that you have created with the loving presence that you are providing to the world? Take some time to appreciate the beautiful gifts that you're giving to the world, because you are creating a beautiful world. Today is a very good moment to appreciate, because the moment you appreciate what you're creating, you will magnetize more of that. If you want to follow the ritual that I created, I leave the link here. I hope this will be very helpful for you. I love you dearly. I wish you the best. Release that shame. Welcome that courage. And with that, help us to build a beautiful world. Sending much love to you, your family, your ancestors, your descendants, and whoever will see you. God bless.